repeating patterns, things that show up in your life cyclically in an undesirable way. There's all kinds of cycles, right? But when we think about cycles that are extremely undesirable and really not what we want to be a part of our lives, that is when it becomes appropriate to actually investigate. And sometimes it takes time to become aware of that. And ideally, we do not get to a point where there is harm being done to yourself or to others. Knowingly or unknowingly, it would be best that we don't allow it to get to that point. Now, I know in my heart that we grow through these things. Everything that happens, as terrible as it may seem, serves a purpose. You are the one who is going to assign the meaning to that. You can come up with all kinds of stories and narratives as to why something is happening to you, why you are perceiving a cycle. This would be something that you would investigate. What is the narrative that you have been telling yourself and others about your circumstance over an extended period of time? There are thoughts flowing through our mind all day long. And really, we do not need to choose to believe every thought. But subconsciously, we will have beliefs that are more deeply embedded that we are not even aware of. So in my experience, sometimes I won't even feel pain. It's almost like I've become resilient in that I'm able to navigate, I'm able to experience life and not even perceive there being an issue because I align myself to things that create a state of wellness. But this does not mean that things are completely and utterly resolved. You may have heard people say that the healing path is not a linear path. But I like to embrace this aspect of myself that doesn't know everything about what I have going on subconsciously. And I become curious. What is it about my beliefs that I'm not necessarily aware of? Maybe you become more aware of it when you're in a dream, when you're having a dream and you remember it and you practice writing them down and you memorize them, all these things, which, I studied books on this and watched extensive lectures on dream reality and how to heal. Actually, there was a documentary I watched and this guy was wanting to quit smoking. He was like a chain smoker, 2 packs a day type guy. And he went into the dream state. He studied lucid dreaming, which is being able to control your dreams, realizing that you're in a dream and then being able to actually operate within the dream, consciously aware that you're dreaming without leaving the dream state. Usually we'll wake up right before we go lucid. There will be, a big surge of energy and you can't maintain that. But if you practice certain things, you'll be able to actually stay in the dream state. And what they found was that you're actually able to command your subconscious mind within these dream states, within the state of lucidity, to completely change, drastically, like a radical change. So this guy was in his dream and he basically looked up into the sky, the night sky, or I don't remember exactly. And he just declared that, or he asked a question. He was like, why is it that I do this? Why is it that I'm addicted? And there was a response and he asked if he could just be rid of this addiction. And when he woke up, he was completely and utterly repulsed by cigarettes. Now, I've seen this in